everyone, in today's video I want to share with you how I made this pair of cool earrings. Now this is actually using the same technique that I used yesterday. The only thing is that instead of you doing it three-sided, making a triangle, I'm doing this cubic. It has four sides, so we're going to use the cubic right angle weave technique, or just I'm going to show you the way you can do it into cubic. You can make it a box, four-sided, so this is the color sample that I'm going to show you today. So for this project you will need 14 4mm bicones of one color. You will need 5 of another color. Now I have 4 here, and the other one that I have of the same color, darker green, I have used it in the same way that I did in the last video. I took a head pin, added in a rondelle, 2 of my daisy spacers, and 1 4mm bicone, and then I just looped it up. And you're also going to require some 11/0. So it's kind of like the same stitch, but just a little difference is there. I'm going to show you where you will have the difference. So this is just, now this part here is the beaded bead. You can just change it into a variety of shapes and sizes and make it into various stuffs, but I'm going to show you how you can do this. So I'm going to just put them away. So you're going to start off with your 12 of your 4mm of one color. So pick up 1, 2, 3 and 4 beads. Now take them down to the very end of your thread and then just tie a knot. In this way. So you have a section where you have 4 beads. Let me just zoom that out. Yeah. Now, no, it's not zooming up. What's the problem? I don't know what's the problem. Yeah. Now you want to go into one of the beads in this way, nearest to where you have your knot. Now you want to pick up 3 beads. 1, 2 and 3. This is also using the same single needle or one needle right angle weave. If you haven't watched that video yet, I would definitely suggest you go and watch that first. Now you got another one. You picked up 3 beads and you went up through the first bead. Now I need to come out of this bead, so I'm going to go into this bead and then come out of here. So I went through this way and then down through the side bead. In the last earring that we made, it showed you needed to close this part up. You needed to, this was the last section, you needed to add this side to this side. You needed to attach it, but here we're going to make one more section. So you want to pick up 3 more beads, and then you want to go into the same bead in a round, so that you have one more section of 4 beads. Then you want to go into this bead, hold on to it, in this way, and go into this top bead in this way. Now this time here I want to join this bead to the other bead, so I can close my work in this way. I'm coming out of this bead in a foot motion. I'm going to pick up a bead and go into this bead. I'm coming up, so I'm going down. Adjust that bead. I'm coming down, so I'm going to pick up the last bead and then go up through the side bead in order to close my bead. And then now I have a cubic section of right angle weave. You have beads all over around the sides and every way. So 4 here, 4 here, 4 here, and 4 everywhere. So this is just the first section of a craw. If you don't like the way I did the craw, you can do it in the other way. That is the basic craw step that you do. You can just do it that way, but I like to do it this way. So now I'm coming out of the top 4mm right here. So what I want to do is, like last time, I'm going to pick up an 11/0, going to this next 4. I'm going to pick up an 11, going to the next 4, and pull every time. I'm going to take an 11, going to the next 4mm. Make sure that you're pulling tight, and I'm going to pick up an 11 and go through the last 4mm and pull tight. So you have 11 O's on all sides. I mean, you're filling up the gaps between the 4mm with an 11/0. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side, that is this side. So what you want to do is, your thread is coming out of this bead, you want to go into this bead and then come up to one of those top beads. I'm sorry about the sound. I'm going into this bead, and then you want to go into the top bead in this way. You're going to pick up an 11, going to the next 4mm. Pick up an 11, going to the next 11/0. You're going to pick up an 11 and go into the next 4mm. You're going to pick up an 11 and go into the next 4mm. So this way you just added 4 beads onto the top part and then onto the bottom part. But if you see from the side, it looks like you have added in a bead to each gap between the 4mm. Now at this point here, I'm going to go and get rid of my tail thread. So you're going to take your scissors and trim that extra thread. So I'm now coming out of 4mm. I need to get into any one of my 11/0s. So I'm going to go into the nearest 11/0 that I can see. So I'm now going to do the top embellishment part on my beads. So what you want to do is, you're going to do the same thing that we did on the other bead, that was triangular bead, but I'm using a different color just to show you, or to make sure that you understood the stitch. So I'm coming out of an 11. What I want to do is, I'm going to pick up 2 11s, 1 4mm, and 2 11s in this way. Now I'm going to go into a diagonal motion, so I'm going to go into this side 11, exactly on diagonal, opposite diagonal, and pull tight. So you have this. Then you're going to turn your work, pick up 2 11s of 4mm and 2 11s, and you want to go in a diagonal motion. So I'm coming out of this side, so I need to go here into the side diagonal bead. So I'm going to go there. I don't know why there's so much sound outside today. Anyway, now I'm coming out of 11/0 on the left side, so I'm going to pick up 2 11s, 1 4mm, and then 2 11s, and I'm going to go into the opposite diagonal bead, that is here. And I'm now ready to add in the last section. So I'm going to pick up 2 11s, 1 4mm, and 2 11s. And I'm coming out of the right bead. I'm going to go into the left diagonal bead in this way. Now this is where I wanted to show you the change. When we were working with 3 sides, you could see that when you came out of the last bead, you had to just add in the new beads. There was no more section of this part here. I mean, you were free to just add in beads, but what happened here is, just because we have even sides, I'm now coming out of where I was not supposed to come out, or maybe I'm coming out of the same seed bead that we had started on with. So to avoid that problem, what I want to do is, I'm coming out of this bead, so I'm going to go into the front bicone and the top 11-0. Let me just zoom that right here. Yeah. So I'm coming out of this bead right here. I'm going to go into this bicone and come out of the top or the front seed bead. Go into the bicone and into the seed bead in this way. So again, I'm now in a position where I can just continue completing the embellishment. So this time I'm going to pick up just 2 11s, go into the same bicone to close my embellishment, 4-sided, pull tight, pick up 2 11s, go into the right side seed bead, then pick up 2 11s, go into the 4mm. Now we're just completing the embellishment, like I'm joining the crystal 2 ways. I'm sorry about someone talking behind me. So I'm coming out of the bicone. I want to pick up 2 seed beads and go into the left side bead. I guess this was not a good day to do my video, but I'm going on vacation, so I need to complete this bead so that I can show you. So I'm now coming out of this 11-0. I'm going to pick up 2 11s, go into the bicone, now pick up 2 seed beads, go into the right side seed bead. I mean, it looks confusing, but it's actually really easy. When you get through with it, it's going to look good and you're going to be happy. So I'm going to pick up 2 more 11s, go into the 4mm, and then pull. You want to pick up the last 2 11s and you're going to go into the left side bead. Basically what we are doing is, I'm going to show you right now. Wait a second, just let the camera focus. Yeah, we are just joining the crystals 4 ways. So we went through this way and then through this way, and then through this way. So at this point here, I'm coming out of an 11-0. I want to just tie my thread and make it into a knot. And this is where we are changing the pattern from the previous earring that I made. We are not going to add bicones on the top and on the bottom. We're just continuing to finish off our beaded bead. Okay, I just tied my knot and I'm ready to trim my thread in this way. So I'm now ready with my beaded bead. You can see it's really pretty. This is how you embellish the sides. The little change that we did was we added 4, just because we have 4 sides, we added in 4 crystals. On the other video, that when we made the triangular beaded bead, we didn't have 4 sides, we had 3 sides, so we added in 3 beads. So this is just a little change that we did to the beaded bead, and I think this looks even cooler. And to finish off the the earring, what you want to do is, you want to take your head pin, open that up. You want to take the tiny dangler that you had made. I mean, this can be made in anything that you want to. I just like the way this looks. So I added in my dangler. Then I want to add in a 4mm. Then my beaded bead. And then the last 4mm. At this point here, I want to bend my head pin, I'm sorry, my eye pin, and then I'm going to take my pliers and cutters. I want to trim that off, and then I want to just close this in a loop. I mean, this is just your style, this is my style, so I'm going to do that my way. If you know any other way, just go for it. You can embellish the top and the bottom just the way you want. This is just my way of doing the earring. So in no time, I mean, it's just 15 minutes and you have a pretty earring. So I will be selling kits of this earring. The kits are going to be 150 rupees. These are cheaper than the other earrings that I had made, but these are also fun and quick and beautiful to look at. So the thing that I realized about these earrings is that if you do it in two colors, it looks even more beautiful. I mean, the top part is going to be looking very beautiful. One of the things that you can add into this beaded bead is that instead of using bicones on the top, you can also add 2.50 millimeter monties. You can just add monties and they would give a beautiful sparkle. But I don't have small monties, otherwise I would have added monties and that would have been even prettier. But I like the look of bicones also. If you want to try this out with 6mm bicones, it's also gonna be looking fabulous. Just the thing is, it's going to look a little bigger than these earrings. So I hope that the video was clear. You can visit my Facebook page for more information and to see the kits on the and the color samples. If you want some specific colors as kits for your earrings, you're gonna have to inbox me on Facebook or maybe leave a comment on the comment section below, and all the list of materials and all the items that I added in the on the earrings are going to be listed in the description box below. So subscribe to my channel for more updates on videos and bear with these little insects. Anyways, that's just it. I wanted to speak to you about these earrings today. I hope you liked the video. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you next time. Have a great week, guys. Bye bye.